Okay guys, welcome back to my vlog! But tonight we're gonna talk about, aside from business, I do other things as well, which I will discuss with you today in this vlog. I-share ko sa inyo. Samahan nyo ako for this vlog at matuklasan pa ko ano pa yung ibang ginagawa ko na malay nyo pwede nyo gawin. Sige? Tumawag ako kung compliment. Cut-cut na lang natin. Guys. So, yun nga, my vlog for today is ano ba ang ginagawa ko dito sa hotel na to. And bakit ba paminsan-minsan may ganito akong ganap sa buhay. So, lately lang, syempre, parang hindi kagaya yung life ko noon when I was in the corporate pa. I was working sa government pa kasi. Ganito kasi yan, guys. Okay, explain ko sa inyo. Ganito kasi yan. Noon, nurse kasi ako talaga by profession. So, hindi ako businessman. Hindi rin ako digital marketing person. So, I'm really a nurse. And for 10 years, my work is nasa Department of Health. So, after I graduated, I took the board exam. When I passed the board exam, and supposed to be, papasok ako sa ospital ng Makati kasi I got accepted there kasi I was planning to go abroad. But, because ayoko mag-work graveyard and Hospital na Makati is too far, and I was thinking kung galing ako Antipolo tapos pabago-bago yung shift ko, ang hirap magbiyahe and all, mga ganyan. So I think magkakaroon ako ng problem, mahihirapan ako, which lahat naman mahirap, 'di ba? Pero ayoko nung ganong klaseng hirap. Pwede ka naman pumili ng hirap na lahat naman mahirap. So sabi nga, choose your heart. So ang pinili ko is mag-DOH kasi Monday to Friday lang. And the reason why gusto ko 'yon kasi I want to spend my weekend sa church kasi I'm also a very active church worker. So, for 10 years, ganun yung naging life ko, and I got into different network. So, one of the networks that I really love and enjoyed working with is yung NGOs, non-government organization. And that's the reason why ang naging goal ko talaga in life is for me to start my own non-government organization, which is Book to the Nations. Until I got into research, kasi halos ng ginagawa namin sa DOH is guidelines. Halimbawa, ano ba yung guidelines? Halimbawa, alam nyo ba sa government, hindi madali ang trabaho sa gobyerno. People think na pag government, yung mga tao, lousy, couch potato lang sa office, alam mo yon, yun, nakatambay lang, ganyan. Hindi po ganon ang work sa government. Kami po na noon, na mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, na masipag na nagtatrabaho. Kasi may dalawang category naman talaga yan. Kahit naman government or private. Sa government, may category din po ang masisipag at nabibilang ako doon. Sorry kayo lahat. I was able to work with international agencies, international organization like World Health Organization, UNICEF, World Vision. Ang pinaka na-enjoy ko, I really wanted to work with World Vision. I was ready to leave DOH for World Vision. So, ilang beses ako nag-apply. For some reason, hindi ako natatanggap sa World Vision. Hindi ko alam bakit. Yung parang tipong, bakit yung mga office mates ko lumipat? Ako yung may pinaka-gusto sa World Vision. Hindi ako matanggap-tanggap. One of my biggest struggles in the government is makakuha ng item. But I got my item when I was already on my 7th year. Kaya lang, the office is in Alabang. So, pero I was very thankful please don't get me wrong. I was really very thankful doon sa opportunities na nabigay sa akin. Kasi I got into a lot of network where yung network kasi yun yung importante, especially when doing business or in your career. Totoo talaga yung it's not what you know, it's who you know. Hindi yun nagagamit negatively. Nakokot kasi yun negative minsan. Na parang kaya siya natanggap kasi may kakilala siya sa loob. Which nangyayari naman talaga. Aminado ako, my first job before ako nagkaroon ng career sa government at sa mga NGOs. My first job was because I know someone of inside na may high position sa national office. And everybody were surprised na for my first job, natanggap ka doon sa national office. Ang hirap mag-apply doon. Grabe, bago kami nakarating dyan, ito yung pinagdaanan namin. And hindi ko i-deny, meron pong nagpasok sa akin. Bakit ko i-deny? 'Di ba? So, it really happens wherever. So, pero I would tell you na all the rest of the opportunities that I got were not because may backer ako. So, yun na yun. Pag nakapasok ka, take your chance. Galingan mo na. Ginalingan ko sa work, tapos nagsara yung company. Nung nagsara yung company, kasi government tapos pinapasweldo kami ng private company, project-based. So, nagsara yung company kasi nagkaroon sila ng issue, nawalan ako ng work, but because of network, people know me already, ganito to magtrabaho. Because of my network, they took me. So, sabi nila, dito ka na lang mag-work. Nung nabalitaan nila. And they know how I work, kaya kinuha nila ako. And I would remember, lagi nilang sinasabi, magaling kasi to si June. O hindi ako nagyayabang, guys, ha. Baka sabihin niyo, ang yabang ko naman. Guys, ganito yan. If you do best in your craft, or if you do your best sa work ninyo, definitely marirecommend kayo. Before ako napunta dito sa situation ko, I was hired because I had a friend na merong friend din sa UP. And doon naman sa UP, what they do is, nagagawa sila yung mga gumagawa ng mga guidelines or nag-edit, nagmo-monitor. Pag nakita nilang parang may mali sa guidelines na to. What are guidelines ba? For example, in the hospital. Tapos yung mga nangyayari doon sa loob ng hospital. Yung, for example, yung PhilHealth, pagdating ng pasyente, anong mangyayari? Ano yung mga steps na gagawin nila? Or TB, for example, tuberculosis patient. Pagdating ng pasyente sa ospital or sa clinic, anong gagawin sa kanya? Anong interview yung gagawin? Forms, anong forms na gagamitin? Lahat yan, hindi yan basta ginawa. Lahat yan pinaglaanan ng oras, ng panahon, ng mga experts, ng mga doktor, ng mga nurses. So yung mga forms na yan, pinag-iisipan ng gusto yan. And I was one of those people na pag nagmi-meeting, these are the forms, ganyan. Tas, hindi yan basta sa isang meeting lang, kasi hindi yan kaya ng isang meeting lang. Tapos lahat yan, pag-aaralan. Hanggang sa ma-finalize yan, i-implement ngayon sa mga ospital. Gagamitin yung mga forms niya, nakikita nyo sa ospital, gagamitin. Pag nagreklamo yung mga pasyente, ano yung mga hindi nila gusto, ano yung mga hindi necessary, i-report yan sa amin or magmo-monitor kami. Kaya ang dami kong travels noon. For example, I will go to Cebu, to Davao, to Bohol, wherever, Luzon, ikot ko yung buong Pilipinas. So pagdating namin nun, we will check kung effective ba yung mga forms, yung guidelines, and we will revise it as needed. So it's a never-ending process. So guys, yung mga nakikita nyo dyan mga forms, hindi yan basta ginawa lang. Hindi yan basta print, pinadala. No. Pinag-isipan yan. Akala nyo yung work doon parang, hindi mo mahirap dyan. Mas mahirap sa hospital. Well, to me, lahat naman mahirap, no? Pero I find it harder working with guidelines. Somebody recommended me. Sabi ng isa kong friend, uy, meron akong kakilala who I think could be could add value in what you do there in UP. Baka you wanna check him out. So I was interviewed, I was called for an interview. I was still working nun sa DOH. Ako kasi, pag lumilipat ako ng work, ang like kong tinitignan, wala akong pakialam kung feel kaya ko or hindi yung trabaho. Lahat kasi kinakaya ko. Bakit? Ang principle ko is, I think kaya mo, pagdating mo doon, pag-aralan mo. 'Di ba? Yun yung principle ko eh. So, this guy invited me for interview and I went there and nakita ko yung offer. Sabi ko, wow, ang laki ng sweldo. So, sabi ko, sige, go. So, I was recommended and then I was hired. Okay. When I was working there, mas lumawak yung skills ko sa pagsusulat. Susulat kasi pag may report, I'll translate it into guidelines. Sometimes handbook, yan, ginagawa din namin yan, mga handbooks, mga mini books. Yung mga books na yan, for example, may nakita kayo guidelines on how to treat, paano i-treat itong ganito. Hindi yan basta ginawa. So may mga experts yan, mga doktor, nurses, medtech ang gumawa niyan. So I was in the national office, kami yung nagpa-facilitate. Kami yung magtatawag, sino kayang doktor yung pwedeng makasama natin for this guideline? Tawagin siya for a meeting. And para pag-usapan natin to. So, hanap kami ng mga experts around the country or international who can help us work on the guidelines. So, yun po yung ginagawa namin dati. Tapos, hindi doon natatapos yun nga, as I've said, ulitin ko, translate it into guidelines, implement sa mga facilities. Pag na-implement nila, after 3 months, 6 months, kami naman yung pupunta ron, magta-travel. We will check if that is effective, whatever information we gather, as we go back to our head office, headquarters, we will revise it. Ipapatawag ulit yung mga expert. I-check kung ikikwento naman namin yung nakita namin sa monitoring. I think this part hindi ba okay sa guidelines. Then we will revise. So nalipat ako sa UP because of that work. And then, after that, UP Diliman yon, I got a network. I bumped into another network. So, she's a scientist naman. Sa UP Manila naman siya, sa National Institute of Health. So, I bumped into her. I got to know this person. And one day, binulungan niya ako. Sabi niya, uy, baka you wanna be part of my team. Kasi kulang kami. So, we have a project. Si tito mo, lumipat na naman. Mukhang pera eh. And then, one time, I bumped into, while I was working sa mga, kasi minsan, hindi lang naman government people yung tinatawag mo. Sometimes you call also program manager from NGOs. I bumped into NGOs na. Habang journey ko yun, may nakilala akong boss siya sa isang NGO. Tapos habang nagpe-present ako kasi may presentation yung mga result ipe-present mo yun. So habang nagpe-present ako, kinausap niya ako, sabi naman niya sa akin, binulungan niya ako. Ang experience ko talaga to guys, as in. Sabi niya sa akin, Sir June, sabi ko, yes doc, naiya ako eh. Sabi ko, bakit doc? Gusto sana kitang, anong tawag doon yung recruitin sa NGO nila. Sabi ko, doc, kasi paano yan, may work naman ako dito. Tapos sabi niya, yung friend kong isa, Locaret. Sabi niya, doc, if the price is right. Si June sabi, mukha yung pera. Kung if the price is right, sasama yan sa'yo. Sabi ko, grabe naman. Tapos sabi, kasi normally na pag ako nagsasalita na sa harap, yung nagpa-facilitate na ako ng doon nila ako na-discover. Tapos biglang sabi niya sa akin, sumulat ba naman sa kapirasong papel? Sumulat siya. Tapos sabi niya, inabot niya ng pailalim sa ganito. Sabi niya, yan yung offer. Siya, parang doble nung kinikita ko. Nung nakita ko, sabi ko, why not? So, for a short time, sabi ko, Doc, okay lang ba? Try ko lang muna. Pag nagustuhan natin, di sige, ganun. So, pumayag si Doc. Minsan may mga ganung favor pa, yung hindi ka magre-resign, tatry mo muna para lang makuha mo yung work. Pinayagan niya ako. Di, okay na. Tapos, itong si tito mo na mukhang pera, ayun, nakapag-work ako doon for a while, pero bumalik din ako sa government. For some reasons, kasi nga mayroon ino-offer sa akin ng government na item, dati ang thinking ko basta may item, okay. Ino-offer sa akin, pero hindi ko makuha-kuha. Kasi lagi na po politika. Time pa na I was still working in the government, may dumalaw na taga-NGO, nakipag-meeting. Tingin siya ng tingin sa akin, yung parang program manager. Tingin siya ng tingin habang nakikipag-meeting ako, ganyan. Tapos tinanong niya ako, nilapitan niya ako after the meeting, sabi niya sa akin, permanent ka ba dito? Sabi ko, hindi po, project lang. Sabi niya sa akin, gano'n ka nakatagal? Ganyan. Parang nararamdaman ko, alam ko na kung saan papunta eh. Sabi niya sa akin, hindi mo na ba naisip na mag-work with non-government? Sabi ko, it's in my mind, kaya lang sabi ko, naguguluhan ako kasi nga, kunento ko yung situation ko. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, sige, tapos binigay niya sa akin yung calling card niya. Sabi niya, tawagan mo ako if ever you become interested. I have something for you in our office. Guys, ganyan yung na-experience ko noon when I was working in the corporate pa. Kaya noon, I was that person na, hindi naman sa nagyayabang ako ha guys. Don't get me wrong. Ang lagi ko nga sinasabi, if you do good in your work, if you do your best, I think ganun naman talaga. And if, hindi lang naman sa skills, if you're friendly enough. So guys, share ko lang sa inyo, dapat friendly kayo. Sa lahat, if you're doing business or you're in the corporate, but friendly kayo. So, yun. After that, I finally resigned in 2017 for business. Nagsawa na kasi ako sa buhay ko na parang wala akong kakontentohan, hindi ko alam kung saan. Ang goal ko kasi sabi ko, I want my own. I want to build my own. I want to have my own business. I want to have my own organization so I can implement my own idea. Alam mo yon, I want to build a system of my own. That's how I think before. So in 2017, I finally resigned and started my own business. Kaya ako napunta dito. So ang dami kong network. So thank you so much guys for listening. Sobrang haba na. So we're gonna have a next video na etong video na to, yun nga narinig nyo is ano yung naging journey ko. So I'm gonna have another video of ano yung ginagawa kong iba pa maliban sa business. Okay, guys for listening. Sana may natutunan sana kayo sa vlog ko na to. Bye!